Navy Matters.
Hello and welcome to Many Voices, One Community, stories that unite us across Long Island and beyond. I'm Gaitley Stevenson-Mathews. I'm so very pleased to serve as your host. And what a special guest for me today. I have got my good friend, Andrea Nordquist. Andrea is the president of Blue Star Mothers New York 14?
Correct.
Okay, I've got that correct. And oh my gosh, I've been wanting to get her on this show for some time. She had a window of time that came open today, and she said, I would love to join you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Andrea Nordquist. And Andrea, before we start off, what I'd like to do, if you don't mind, is just share, since you are president of the local chapter and founder of the local chapter, correct? And I know that that organization has grown by leaps and bounds under your leadership. But why don't you do this? Just introduce yourself, and then if you will share a little bit about what exactly Blue Star Mothers, what that organization is, what it exists to do and such. Do you mind sharing?
Sure. So Blue Star Mothers are mothers of sons and daughters that are either currently serving or have served in the military. So once your son or daughter signs on the line, you are always a Blue Star Mother. We are a local chapter of the national organization. And according to our chapter, we are an organization that helps our veterans, supports our military and their families. We honor the fallen, and we also offer a comforting shoulder to our moms who may have a son or a daughter that are deployed. Right now we have two moms who have sons that are deployed to some areas in the world that is not the best areas, but they're deployed right now. So we're in constant communication with these moms to help them get through this tough time. So that's what our basic chapter says, who we are. But I think what makes Blue Star Mothers New York 14 a little different is we take those parameters and kind of make them grow. Like, for example, we were at an event and a woman came up to me, asked me who we were, what we did. I told her. She goes, she goes, I'm a wife of a veteran and he passed away. And once he passed away, the veterans kind of forgot about me. So it gave us the idea, and this is going to be the third year that we're going to do it this year. We have a widow's brunch, a brunch for widows of veterans who probably were very active and their wives supported them, but once they passed away, their names get taken off the email list and the wives do get forgotten. So the women have a great time. They get to meet other women just like them. They can network, make new friends, and learn information. One woman who came this year, this is like our success story. She would not ever go anywhere. Once her husband passed away, that was it. She was in the house, and somebody somehow convinced her to come to our brunch. She did. And on the way out, she thanked us. She says, you know what? I've missed out a lot. She goes, I'm going to start going out. That's what makes us different. Also, things like we knew there are a lot of students that are in high school that want to go in the military. So they decide they're going to go in right after graduation. And they're a very under-recognized group of students. It's like, oh, you're just going in the military. And they don't get that recognition for making a really important decision. So we are the sponsors for Nassau County, our community salutes, where we honor high school seniors every year in May and say thank you for your service. And we're the first ones to do that. So that's another piece of what makes us expand from just helping veterans and local military. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was we heard about this thing called the Red Bow Initiative. Now, for anybody who knows, at Pine Lawn, every year at Christmas time, they put wreaths out at the graves of our fallen. And then in January, people come, collect the wreaths, and throw them out. Well, somebody came up with the idea of taking the red bows off these wreaths and using them for something. They call it the Red Bow Initiative. Now, it's taken off many forms throughout the country, but what we did was, and we did this with our local Marine Corps League with Carlos, who was a terrific guy, we bought 500 trees from the Dollar Tree. They're about this big.
Right.
We put this red bow on top. We put his sticker and our sticker on there with another group that helped us. And we made a little tree skirt, and we added a little card to the tree that told them that this bow honored our fallen. It weathered the winter, but it stood its ground, and now it's going to decorate this tree for your holidays. So we went to the stand down in November. We had about over 500 military people come through, and we gave each and every one this tree. One of the gentlemen, as we gave him the tree, says, I'm going to use this tree to decorate my car because I live in my car, which got us teary-eyed. And then another gentleman, I handed him the tree, and he said, I haven't decorated in 15 years, he says, but I'm going to put this tree out, and I'm going to decorate this year. And then lastly, another story, a woman veteran, she was in the passenger seat, and I gave her the tree, and she had very bad tremors and had difficulty speaking. And she just sat there in the car and was stroking the tree and tried to say thank you the best way she could. And that just, we all lost it. And we were just crying.
Oh, my gosh. And Andrea, if I can add, I can say this because I have gotten to know you over the past few years. The success there is due in part to your organization, but it's also due in part to you in responding to the need. And for me, as you know, I also serve on the Tribute and Honor Foundation organization that I founded with an incredible board, incredible veterans on our advisory council and others, including you, who's on my advisory council and an honoree of the Tribute and Honor Foundation. But what is nice about a smaller organization or a branch of a larger organization is that you have taken that opportunity to be able to impact in a very personal way. And, I'm not knocking big, giant organizations or such, but oftentimes, and also there has to be rules and regulations and such as that. But when you are part of a smaller group, and a group who obviously, Blue Star Mothers, you lead from your hearts, then when there is an opportunity, you can respond. And oftentimes, from my vantage point, that's where organizations find their stride. As you know, my brother served in Afghanistan. So my parents would have been Blue Star parents. They're deceased now. But was in a little tiny town in North Carolina. And, having at that point a young man, my brother, serving in the military, I don't remember that there was a group that they could go to.
There was. Blue Star Mothers started back. Gold Star Mothers actually started first in World War I, but Blue Star Mothers started in World War II. They were around, but they don't. It's very hard getting the word out. So, and also we found that even when young men and women go into the military, all the branches don't let them know that, hey, tell your parents that there's this organization to help support, which is why OCS is so important, because any of the students that come with their parents, and even if they don't, we send them home with packets with information. Look, we're not promoting our organization. You don't have to join us, but we're here. We'll answer questions. We're here for you. We can help guide, direct. Because my son's been in the military over 20 years now, and I only joined Blue Star Mothers in 2017. So I was a Blue Star Mother for a long time without knowing it. And it wasn't until I saw a parade with mothers marching and they had the banner saying Blue Star Mothers. I'm like, oh, who are you? What do you do? And that's when I found out about it. So I went through a lot of the beginning times without any help. And now when I see how much help, because my moms are phenomenal. I could not even do an eighth, a 16th of what I do without having such support. As you know, having that support behind you.
No, absolutely.
You can get so much done. I just have to send out an email or a text saying, hey, I need help. Anybody know, whatever. And I get all the responses back. So I don't want moms to have to go through what I went through, my son's first 2 deployments, without knowing about Blue Star Mothers and how we could help.
And I want to do this when we wrap up also, but I want to just interject it now. So if people are watching this for the first time and they want to learn more about Blue Star Mothers, where can they find more information?
You can go on Blue Star Mothers of America, which is our parent organization. Look under New York, look under chapters, Nassau County, we're there. You can go on our Facebook page, which is Military Blue Star Mothers, New York 14. You can go on our website, which is Blue Star Mothers, NewYork14.org. And I have no problem giving out my phone number, which is 516-476-9094. People can call me. I take calls all the time.
That's true. I know this for a fact.
And it's, I don't mind. I get moms calling me, asking me questions. There's no pressure. You don't have to join us if you don't want. I mean, my members range from, I have people who pay their dues every year and I never see them, but they paid their dues. So we get a portion of that, to moms who come to all my meetings, come to all our events and everything in between. We have a mother that comes from Staten Island. She gets on the train and comes to see us. It's amazing.
Wow.
We have a mother up in the Bronx. But I want everybody to know, if you are a Blue Star mother and you have a child, and even if your child is out, because a lot of times they have to deal with things once they're out, give us a call. We can direct you to whoever it is that you may need help from, whether it's housing, whether it's counseling, whether it's medical with the VA, whatever it is. There's so many organizations in Nassau County that help our veterans and our military, but not everybody knows about them. People don't know about the Vet Center that's in East Meadow, that you can go once a week as a veteran or a current military and get free food. People don't know about it. Ralph's going to kill me that I'm telling more people, because he's already way over his. He services probably about 450 veterans a month. And it was very strange, because I went to a meeting, because I belong to a lot of different military organizations, so that I can learn what's going on. And the VSA handed out this form at the end of the year and said how many veterans come in each month, and you could see different months there was more. And he broke it down, and then he also showed us that there was about 96 children of veterans that were under the age of 18. You know, you always think of a veteran as a little old man that, you know, served, but veterans can be, you know, 25, 26 that they got out of the military. And we never realized that there are a lot of young military people that are struggling, that have young children. So last year we did give out gift cards, not expensive ones, because there was 100 of them, but we did give out little gift cards just for the kids, so that at Christmas time they get their own little card that they could buy something that they wanted.
And again, that kind of thing, what you all did with the trees and the ribbons, I feel like oftentimes is just reminding someone that you're remembered, that you're being thought of, that there is someone back home or near who appreciates what you bring or what you are bringing to it. For those of you who are already part of the veteran community or support veterans and are active, you already know Andrea Nordquist. When we began the Tribute and Honor Foundation, it was very soon that I got to know you. And I will say, while you all support military, when you and your Blue Star mothers show up, it is an army. And it is a army of compassion, an army of thoughtfulness, and an army of people who, again, are proactive about making a difference in the lives of these families who have loved ones who are serving and, you know, we forget to say, protecting our freedoms.
That we love and we enjoy.
Yes.
And these are freedoms that we would not have. I mean, especially now with us going to be celebrating our 250th anniversary. Way back from the Revolutionary War all the way till now, we've had young men and women who have stood up, who've signed their name on that line, who said, I am going to serve my country. And whether they served on the battlefield, whether they just did a desk job somewhere in the States, whatever they did, they were a part of the whole system, and the whole system couldn't work without every little part. So I have sometimes, we have the honor flight where they'll take Vietnam era veterans down to Washington for free. I've been a guardian for 3 times now.
I've seen you in that line. I've been there with a veteran as I've seen you walk with that veteran, get on that plane. Absolutely.
Amazing event. And some of the veterans that were there during the Vietnam era but didn't actually serve in Vietnam, they always feel that they aren't the same as the ones that actually went. And yes, they did not go to Vietnam, but they served during that very critical upheaval time, and they dealt with a lot of things that our Vietnam veterans came home with, and they were still in the military, and that was a tough time to be in the military. They weren't honored, they weren't respected, they weren't thanked, and we need to.
Right. No, I agree and could not agree more.
Yeah.
You know, I will say the thinking in terms of Blue Star mothers and thinking in terms of the theme of this program, many voices, one community. Our military come from so many different walks of life, so many socioeconomic groups. You know, we are realizing that with the Tribute and Honor Foundation as we are In a similar fashion, we give scholarships to some of the kids of the North Shore high schools who choose to enter the military right out of high school. So we serve some of the same students in that way. And certainly, again, from every walk of life, every socioeconomic group. And it's so important. And I feel our force is strong because of that. I mean, that's, if you, not to knock, in the Brits, they always had the Scottish fighting group and this fighting group and that fighting group, and that's great. But the fact that we have such a diverse force and that people from so many different backgrounds do choose to follow the path of being a soldier or being in the military. And the thing that people forget, not everybody can do it. It takes a special skill and a special talent and a special tenacity to join the military and to protect our nation. And we are in kindred mindsets, certainly when, yes, you know what? We should do scholarships and we should do wonderful things for kids who decide to go to college. We should do wonderful things for kids who decide to go to a trade school. We should support these people with drive and vision. But oh my gosh, you don't drop the ball on those young people who choose a profession of protecting our nation.
And a lot of students don't realize, like we ask a lot of times at our community salutes ceremony, we'll ask the new cadets coming in, and not cadets, but the new honorees, and we'll ask them like why they made this decision. And you would expect them to say, oh, my father or my uncle or my grandfather, whatever. But a lot of them, it's just they want to do something for their country. Some of them don't really have a great direction, and they're like, we're not going to go to college, spend all this money, come out, can't get a job, then what do we do? And a lot of them realize that by going in the military, there's a lot of opportunities to get college credits. You come out, you get the GI Bill. You have educational credits that you can use towards your college. We work with a couple of the colleges with the veterans that have come back to school. And, so they're making a great decision. And plus you learn, like I saw my son when he went into the Air Force right after high school, and how he grew up, how he matured,
my God, yes.
What he learned. I mean, it's things that I had tried to teach him for years, and his drill instructor just got him into gear right away.
So, here's what I will say. And brother, if you were watching, don't kill me right now, okay? my brother, the colonel, in my family, it was your cousin, the orthodontist, then it was your cousin, the attorney, and then it became your brother, the colonel. But I'll never forget when Hunter, is my brother's name. Hunter, don't kill me. But anyway, when he came home from the military, and he went to college 2 years, and it just didn't. There were just some things going on. It just did not work. And he came back and finished his degree, and then did lots of great things and retired as a colonel. But when he came back from his training, it was Christmas. And we had dinner. And after dinner, my brother said, Mom, can I help you with the dishes? Mom, and she said, who is this? It's a simple thing. And my brother had helped with the dishes at one time or another, maybe.
Maybe, but I don't think you ever offered or
maybe
asked.
Maybe not. Right. Can I help you with the dishes? There is a certain, as you mentioned, maturity that he learned in the military. And it's not for everyone. And again, it takes a special skill and someone of exceptional talent. So I will say, the Ben Farnan Scholarship, that is what it's all about for us. And I have been to your ceremony that you do, and we'll try to get to it, of course, this year as well. But to see our young people recognized for the great gift they are giving all of us when they choose to serve our nation in the military, to see that recognition happen and to see their faces.
Oh, it's amazing.
And the thing I love, as much as I love the ceremony, I love after the ceremony when the families, in kind of a ragtag kind of way, different families get together with others, and the girlfriend's here and the boyfriend's there, and mom wants to call the other one over, and then you want to get the whole family in a picture, and then the military leaders that it's such respect, such respect, and this day and age, sadly, I think we've lost some respect. I think that we've lost that appreciation and paying appreciation and paying respect, and to see that in place in a full way, it's just beautiful to see. So accolades to you all. I wanted to ask. So this is one of my favorite things to ask, and I see you in action. And I see the members of Blue Star Mothers in action. You are at a place in your life that you wouldn't have to do that. There are a lot of people who maybe in your position would not put the time and energy, or wouldn't bother to try to make a difference. And there are probably other people who might like to do that. Why do you bother? Why do you bother? Why do you take the time to serve in the way you do?
People have asked, even my daughter, one day I was complaining about something, and she's like, Ma, you don't need to be doing this. You could be going out shopping. You could be going here and there. I'm like, I know, but when you see the look of recognition on a young boy's face or a young girl's face at our community salutes, or a veteran gets teary-eyed because you thank him, or I meet a Vietnam veteran in the supermarket, and I thank him for his service, and I welcome home, and now tells me his whole entire life story because somebody will listen. I had a gentleman, I met him on the boardwalk at Jones Beach, and we give out a little star that's cut from a flag with a little poem on the back, and I gave it to him. This is the middle of COVID. I give him this little packet. I just said, thank you for your service and welcome home. He goes, ma'am, I know it's COVID. He says, but I need to just give you a hug to thank you. That's why we do what we do. Because that lady who never left her house and now is going to start going out to events, or a gentleman who never decorated his house is going to now decorate his house. All those little stories, and we don't do it for the thanks. We really don't. We do it because it's the right thing to do. And we also are motivated because of our young men and women. We were supposed to march in a parade, and it was pouring rain. And we're like, and the phone calls and texts are going back and forth. Are we going? Are we going? I said, listen, when our sons and daughters were in boot camp or they're doing their trainings and it happens to be raining out or snowing, did they say to their commanding officer, I'm going to stay inside today because it's raining? And we're like, how can we not go and march in the rain? And we did march in the rain, and there was an amazing amount. It was the Veterans Day Parade in the city, an amazing amount of people standing on the sidelines cheering us on in the rain. Yes. And we looked at each other and we said, would we be out there watching a parade in the rain if we didn't have sons and daughters? And we're like, we thought about that, but that's why we do what we do. That's why, we're motivated from our own children because of what they've done. We're so proud of them, what they've accomplished. We're trying to carry that on. And for those little incidences where you've just made somebody's life so different, and usually it's something very small, a little Dollar Tree Christmas tree, or a little packet with a star from a flag that's going to be retired, or just a thank you in the store. That's what keeps us going, and that's why we do what we do.
And it speaks volumes. Andrea, this is hard to believe, but we are done. I will say, anything else you wanted to just quickly add?
No, I think I touched upon. I just want to thank all my moms because they are amazing, and I can do what I can do because of them. And I wouldn't be as successful because we're a team, and we're a great team. And to my moms out there, if you hear this, thank you. I'm going to be calling you, but thank you.
And I will say, Andrea, you and your mom stay at it because you're making such an amazing impact here on Long Island, and I thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we appreciate that.
You've been watching Many Voices, One Community. My guest today has been Andrea Nordquist, who is president of Blue Star Mothers. So thankful to have had her on the show. Make sure you follow us on HMTV at HMTC, and we will see you next time. Thank you.